Hello and welcome to Card Sharks. I'd like to thank Mr. Bill McD for today's opening poem. And if you'd like to leave an opening poem for the show, leave it in the comments below. Now, on with today's game. No puzzles to solve, no matches to make. Just call the cards right, and the dough you shall take. On Card Shark! This is the game where a single turn of the cards can win you up to $32,000 in cash. Now, here's your host, the star of Card Sharks, Brandon Sprana. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to our first semifinal matchup here on the Tournament of Champions in Season 1 of Card Sharks. Glad to have you with us on this one. We made it through our 4 quarterfinal matchups, and now we are going to see these 4 contestants battle out here in the semifinals, starting with the first matchup of the 2 that we have for you here today. So let's meet our contestants. In this first semifinal matchup, we saw him on the last episode advance into the semifinals, and he's back once again to take on his opponent, our number 1 seed overall here on the Tournament of Champions, with a healthy total so far of his best run, $21,850. We got Mr. Ricky Johnson. Ricky, welcome back, sir.
Thanks, Brandon. It's good to be back.
Yeah, you managed to get past Sonny, who gave you a good run for your money in that last quarterfinal match. How do you think you'll fare here in the semifinals?
I think pretty good, but I think that it's going to be a very close game. I predict.
All right, well, we'll see what happens here. Good luck to you. Playing against him in this first semifinal matchup, our overall number 4 seed in the tournament, with his best run here so far of $22,150 in cash to his credit, got Mr. Eric Lima. Eric, welcome back to the show.
What's up? How you guys doing out there?
Doing quite well, sir. Do you think you've got what it takes to take down Ricky, who's been by far one of our best players we've had this season?
He is the number 1 seed for a reason, and this is one of his best games, so it's going to be a challenge to try and take him down. We'll go for it, do my best.
All right, well, best of luck to you both. You guys know how the game works, so for our folks at home, if this is your first game of Card Sharks we're watching, where have you been all season? You've missed some great moments. But second of all, more importantly, I'll explain really quickly. Their objective is to call their way across their cards. Ricky playing the red cards, Eric playing the blue cards. Call whether the next card is either higher or lower than the previous one. If they can when they get all the way across the end of the game, they win the game and $250 in cash added to their winnings. It takes 2 games to win the match, however, and advance onto the final round. In this case, the winner will advance to the finals, and the loser, however, will get an additional $10,000, and they'll get one last chance to play the money cards, see if they can add another $32,000 in winnings. Again, we're almost to the end of this season, and we've still yet to give away the $32,000. Hopefully today's the day we do it. I see what happens here. But good luck to you both. We're going to get started here with the way you get control of the cards, as always, is by winning a survey question. And this first survey question goes to Ricky. Ricky, we asked 100 people, do you get scared easily? How many of 100 people said yes, they do get scared easily?
I get scared pretty easily, and my girlfriend gets scared very easy, just to let you know. And I have some family members that get scared easily, some friends that get scared easy. And based out of 100, I'll say 68 of them would be scared
68 easily. Out of 100 said they get scared easily. Eric, I don't know than 68.
Yeah, I agree with Ricky's point of view here. Easily too. I even get scared if we hear about snow in the forecast.
That is scary.
Driving it, but sometimes not. Unless you have a contingency plan to face these challenges, you can get scared sometimes. So I think it will be a little bit lower than 68. Too much of a high number. I'd say a little bit lower than that.
All right. If the answer is lower, Eric, of course, you play your cards first. If it's not, Ricky will play his cards first. The actual number of people that said they do get scared easily is 56, it is lower.
A little half and half.
Yeah, I'm right there with them. I'm quite a jumpy person myself, but I tend to jump and swing at stuff, which tends to give me a problem.
End up punching somebody out. You're like, oops, sorry.
I told you don't scare me like that. Anyway. All right, Eric, that means you get control of your cards first. Let's take a look at your base card you start with in this game. An ace. Lower than the ace. It's a 5. Hold on. Higher than the 5. No, a 4. No good. You lose those 2 cards there. Go back to the base card. Ricky, that means you get a free chance to play your base card this time. We start you with a 9.
Okay, let's go
lower than the 9. It's a 5.
All right, that's pretty good. I'll go higher.
Higher than the 5. It's a 7.
Okay, let's freeze it right
Freeze
there.
right there, keeping the 2 card advantage over Eric. So we go into question number 2. This one goes to Eric. Eric, we asked 100 people. Have you ever spied on an old friend on social media? How many of 100 people said yes, they have spied on an old friend using social media?
That is a very, very thought-provoking question on this one. Sometimes I always check up on something like on old friends' page to see how they're doing and whatnot. And so, and then I just move on, you know. And have I spied on an old friend? That's a good question. Low number. Almost normal run of the mill. Let's say 45.
45 out of 100 said they've spied on an old friend using social media. Ricky, higher or lower than 45?
I pretty much agree with Eric. However, I think it's going to be just a bit higher.
I'll say a little bit higher than that. All right, we'll see. The actual number of people that said they have spied on an old friend using social media is 32. It is not higher.
45.
45?
All right.
Ugh.
All right, Eric, you've got control. You've got that ace still.
Well, I'm going to keep it. I'm going
All right,
lower.
going on. Lower than the ace. It's a 10.
Let's risk it.
Going
lower.
on, trying to catch up. Lower than the 10. A 2.
Higher
than the 2. A 3.
Higher
For the clean sweep bonus of $500 in the first game of the match. Higher than the 3. It's a queen. He's done it. Nicely done, sir. That's $500 bonus plus $250 for winning that round. You're up to $22,900. And more important, you've got game 1 of this semifinal matchup. So, Ricky, you got to play a little catch-up here. So let's go ahead and clear those cards off. Go to game number 2 here. Again, dealing the next cards off the top of the deck. If you remember what's been played, it will help you call your cards. Here, players. And this round, the first question, we start with Eric this time. Eric. We asked 100 people on...
Wait, didn't Eric start the last one?
Yeah, he answered the last question, but each round we start with the other different person. So in round 2, Eric gets the first question, where you got the first question in round 1.
Oh, okay.
That's how we do it here. All right, Eric, this first question goes to you, sir. We asked 100 people on this one. Do you have someone in your life that has influenced you a lot? How many of 100 people said yes, they do have someone in their life that has influenced them a lot?
Well, we all do. One time or another, we have someone that's influenced us in our lives, and one of the people who influenced my life over the years. One of the people would be my stepmother, who I now call mom. I have respect for her when she married my father back in '88. So that's going to be a very high number. I'm going to say 95.
95 out of 100. Really high number on this one. Ricky, higher or lower than 95?
I agree with Eric, but that's a little too high. I'm going to go lower.
A little bit lower than that. All right, we'll see. The actual number of people that say they have someone in their life that has influenced them a lot is 75. It is lower.
That's decent.
3 out of 4 is not bad.
20 numbers.
That's not
20 numbers over Eric's guess. I mean, lower than that, sort of.
I wasn't I was gonna go for something like that, but I thought a lot of people would have some.
And I agreed. I thought you were there too, so I was like, it might be ballpark.
It's still accurate either way.
Yeah.
All right, Ricky, let's take a look at your base card for this start of this match, which you need this one to tie up the game. We start you with a 4.
No. All right, let's go
Higher
higher.
than the 4. A queen.
Lower.
Lower than the queen. It's a 6.
Freeze.
Freeze there, keeping Eric away from his cards, needing just 2 more to tie up the match. Let's see here. And we go on to question number 2. And this one goes to Ricky. Ricky, we asked 100 people, and this is an interesting question here. Would you drink a glass of Arag? I think that's how you pronounce it, Arag. It's Airag, which is basically fermented horse's milk. How many?
Fermented horse's what?
Milk. Yeah. Would you drink a glass of Arag, which is fermented horse's milk? How many of 100 people said yes, they would drink a glass of Arag?
It's a very debatable one. I've never heard of Eric myself.
Me neither.
But, ain't that milk being good for your bones and stuff? I'm gonna say 40.
40 out of 100
I
said
have
they
no idea.
would drink a glass of Arag. Eric, higher or lower than 40?
Well, I agree with Ricky. I never heard of arrogant either, and I think, though, I don't know, cow's milk is the primary milk people drink out of. The horse's milk, I don't think anybody. I'm going to say a little bit lower than that. I got a feeling.
Say a little lower than that. We'll see. The actual number of people that said they would drink a glass of Arag, which is fermented horse's milk, is 14. It is way lower.
That's accurate right there.
Totally accurate. I have to agree.
Well done.
Apparently, people just not a fan of horse's milk in this particular case.
Horse's milk, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, Eric.
Try that.
Let's see. You win this game here. You could move on to the final round. We'll start you off with your base card this time. A 3.
Okay,
Higher than
higher.
the 3. An ace. Lower than the ace. It's a 7.
I'm going to have to freeze right there.
Right there. All right, tied it up. Both players now with mid cards. Both players needing 2 cards to win this game of the match. We go into question number 3. This one goes back to Eric. Eric, we asked 100 people. Do you talk in your sleep? How many of 100 people said yes, they do talk in their sleep? Excuse me.
Oh, sometimes I sing. When I was a kid, I sang in my sleep.
My mom talking her sleep.
The bed with that's for sure.
Uh-huh.
I would. Let's see. Sometimes. Oh, that's gonna be a very low number. Let's say around. I want to try 35.
35 out of 100 say they do talk in their sleep. Ricky, higher or lower than 35?
I talk in my sleep. I laugh in my sleep. I sing in my sleep. I do every vocal thing in my sleep. It's gonna be
I'll
higher.
say higher than that. All right, we'll see. The actual number of people who said they do talk in their sleep is 35 on the nose.
Whoa, it's a bad.
35. Oh, that was a guess.
Good guess, sir. That's a $500 bonus
Well
right
done,
there
Eric.
for an answer right on the nose.
My sleep.
Nicely done, sir. All right, that $500 bonus, that's yours to keep for your records, and you've got control of the cards with that 7.
Let's change that 7.
All right, change the 7. Next card off the top of the deck, the 7 now becomes a king.
Ooh.
A king is great.
Lower than the king. Oh, no. A pair of kings, however, not good in this game, sir. You lose that card, give Ricky a free chance to play his 6.
Okay, let's go
Higher
higher.
than the 6. An ace.
Oh.
To tie up the match, lower than the ace. It's a 9. He's done it.
Eric, I'm sorry, buddy.
I I thought it was scot free.
I thought he was gonna win it there.
So did I. So did I.
Well, congratulations to you, sir. It's all tied up now. One game apiece for both players, which means we come down to sudden death. 3 cards to call for each player. Only one question will determine who will get the option to play here. As we go to the final question, winner again moves on to our tournament finals. And the question this time goes to Ricky. Ricky, we asked 100 people, would you like to live in France? How many of 100 people said yes, they would like to live in France?
That's well. There's a city in France called Paris. It's a very popular tourist attraction and city. But as for living there, that's a very debatable one. I'm gonna say 45.
45 out of 100 said they'd like to live in France. Eric, higher or lower than 45?
Well, me personally, I don't know. The customs there are a lot different in the country. You're gonna have to get yourself acclimated to them. Only drawback to it, and you know the upside to it, you can leave these lots of girls if you're in from a guy's perspective, or lots of good-looking guys from a girl's perspective and all. So I'm gonna have to go. Ooh, this is 45. It's a good number, Ricky. Good number.
It is.
I've been going a little bit lower because I know there's some people who may have some reservations about living in France. So I'm gonna go a little bit lower.
A little bit lower. All right. For all important controls cards in this one, the actual number of people that said they would like to live in France is 43. It is just a bit lower.
Good job, Eric.
No, you're
All right, Eric. So that means that the decision will be yours. I will turn over each of the base cards for both of you, and then you will decide if you want to play your cards or pass them. Remember, if you decide to play your card, you can change your base card. Ricky cannot. Let's take a look at Ricky's base card first. He has a king. Eric, your base card is an 8.
Ricky's got too much of a good card. I'm going to play my cards. I'm going to change that.
All right, play it and change the 8. All right, let's see what we're changing it to. Need a good card here. That 8 now becomes a 10.
I'm going to have to go
All
lower.
right, call both cards correct. You move on to the semifinals. One mistake, Ricky does. Let's go. Lower than the 10. It's a 4.
Sure.
4 the game and the match, and move on to the finals. Higher than a 4. Now it's a 2, and Ricky's done it. Congratulations to you, Ricky. You've won the game of the match, and you're moving on to the tournament finals, sir, with $22,350 in cash. So congratulations to you.
And may I say something real quick?
Yes, go ahead.
Eric, you deserve to win it more than I do, buddy.
I know.
And I thought you was gonna win there, but you played one hell of a game. You won $1,250 just for one round, and I'm very proud of you, buddy.
Thank you.
2 rounds, I should say. Sorry.
Hey, that's the reason why you aren't in this thing, because you've been in the MOC. You played this game very well.
Well, you're a good player too, and I congratulate you, Eric.
Congratulations, Ricky.
There you go.
Thanks, Eric.
Great sport.
So the money card, so that's the fun part.
Yeah, great swordsmanship between both the players, and that's what I really like to see here on the shows. But Eric, it's not all sour grapes and bad news for you, because sir, just for making it to the semifinals, you've earned yourself an additional $10,000 added to your winnings, which brings you now to $33,400. And we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, you're going to get a shot to play the money card, see if you can take home that $32,000. Will he do it? We'll find out after the break, so stay with us. Welcome back to Card Sharks here with our runner-up today, Eric. Again, he's already got $33,400. Wants to see if he can double his winnings by picking up another $32,000 here on the money card, sir. You know how this works. You start your $200 on the bottom row, work your way across the bottom 3 cards so you get to that second row, where you give you additional $400 in cash. Work your way across those 3 cards as well. Again, calling higher or lower, and then making bets. Minimum bet of $50 and then $50 increments. all the way till you get to that big bet card at the top of the board where you must bet at least half your winnings. Of course, you can change one card on each row with one of the 3 extra cards we deal on the side of the board. And a perfect double, double, double all the way to the top of the board. You can walk out of here today with $32,000 in cash, all right? So best of luck to you. Let's get right to it. Deal out your cards and give you $200 in cash.
Alrighty then.
Let's start you off with this, hopefully a good base card here. And you get a 2.
All of it higher.
Can't lose on a 2. Higher than a 2 for $200. It's a 7. You're up to 400 now.
Change that 7 with card number 2.
Card please. Number 2. All right, that 7 is going to be changed to a 3.
I'm going to try another shot. All of it higher.
All right, got to go all the way, doubling all the way to the top for the big money. $400. Higher than a 3. It's a king.
All of it lower.
Going again. $800. Will this be the run we're looking for? Lower than the king. It's a 6. Perfect through the bottom row. You have $1,600. We move that 6 up to the second row. Give you that additional $400. You've got $2,000, sir, and a 6. How do you want to play it?
I'm going to risk it by changing it. Number 1, please.
Right, changing it with card number 1. Important change here. Let's see another good card. That 6 now becomes a jack.
Okay. I don't trust the jack that much to bet at all. So what we're going to do, stat, half to $2,000 lower.
Going $1,000. All right, big bet here. Lower than the jack. It's a 6. $3,000.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, this 6 you got to play.
That's a good thing I changed it. I'm going to have to go $500 of that money higher.
All right, betting $500. Higher than that 6. No, it's a 5. Dropped down to $2,500, but you got a 5 now.
Let's go. Okay, I'm going to spend another $500 and go higher with that.
All right, 500 again. Higher than the 5. It's a 6. $3,000 there. We move that 6 up to the big bet line. You got $3,000. You must bet at least $1,500 on this card.
Oh, I have to change that with the final card, number 3.
All right, change with the final card here. Important change. That 6 now becomes an ace.
All of it lower.
That's what he's looking for. You either finish with $3,000 or $6,000 lower than the ace. Got him 7. Nicely done, sir. So that's $6,000 in cash added to your winnings. You leave us this season here with your best run of 4 wins and $39,400, sir. Congratulations to you.
Ricky, excellent. Congratulations to you, sir.
Thanks, buddy.
Best luck in the finals. And AJ and Kevin Henry, best luck to you in the finals if you're watching.
All right. Well done to you both. Ricky is moving on to our final round here. But Eric, again, is leaving us with a nice, healthy total nonetheless. Almost $40,000 for his efforts this season here on the show. We've got our first finalist here, who will be facing off against Ricky in the finals here of our first season of Card Sharks. You'll have to tune in the next episode and find out. But in the meantime, between time, if you like what I do here, click that like button down below on this video. Share the video with all your friends and family who like the classic game shows like this. And if you want to see more of my great content, all you gotta do is hit the subscribe button down below and ring the bell. That way you never miss out on all the fun and games here at MVG Productions. Help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2018. In the meantime, between time, thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Brandon Scruggs. And until we deal out the cards once again for our second semifinal matchup here on the Card Sharks Tournament of Champions, we will see you next time. Take care. Bye for now, folks. Thank you.